We want you to enjoy this preview of the Good Sports podcast and web series. It's our 2022 Hazleton Area High School football preview. You can watch the full episode or download the podcast this week at SSPTV.com and at StandardSpeaker.com, and you can watch the web series on the SSPTV YouTube channel.
Leading that offense this year will be Tyler Wolf. Talk about his development as a quarterback from when he first came into the program to now.
Our offense doesn't go without Tyler Wolf. Not only what he does physically, but what he does mentally as well is really special. We ask our quarterback, you talk about our offense, we ask our quarterback to do a lot of things that I feel a lot of high school offenses don't do. In terms of the tags that we have in our zone game, the tags that we have in our gap scheme runs, the RPOs that we have attached, being able to make not only first level but secondary and third level reads that we have in our pass game. That's what allows us to be successful. So that's a lot on a quarterback, a typical quarterback, but not a guy like Tyler Wolf. First one to arrive, last one to leave every single day. He's constantly locked in. We're always watching film. Him and I have a tremendous relationship. On the board, he carries around a black notebook that he has with him all the time, constantly writing things down. When you have somebody like that leading your program, you know you're always in really good hands. And then obviously you talk about the rest of those skill guys who complement each other so well, and the guys up front. It makes it for certainly a very unique dynamic that you don't see a lot in terms of the talent level that we have at quarterback. And I feel when Tyler Wolf is done with his career, and we talk about the program history here, I feel like he's going to be right up there and mentioned with the Sparky Wolks of the world and other really good quarterbacks that we've seen throughout the last 30 plus years in this program.
With all the attention, Dennis, on the offense, and rightfully so this year too, can we talk a little bit about the defense? And you definitely have to step up on that.
I was just going to talk about that. I mean, in terms of, that was the number one goal when we were hired, and I feel like we did that. I mean, we gave up around 17 points per game last year. We had a shutout, the first shutout in almost 10 years here 2 years ago. Our defense traveled last year. We won a Wyoming Valley Conference Championship because of our defense in that reign at Williamsport in Week 10. We want to win a district title. That's certainly something that's in our sights there. We have to be able to play defense, and in my opinion, at any level of football, especially in high school, and when you're playing on the road, and you're playing on the road as much as we are in the first half, for the first five, your defense has to travel, because a ton of adverse situations are going to happen offensively and in the kicking game, whether that's a turnover, whether that's giving up a big play in that kicking game, whatever the case may be. Where do you look to all the time? You look to your defense to answer. We turn the football over, our defense has to make a stop. We give up a big play in the kicking game. Our defense has to be able to bail us out of things. So, certainly I feel these last 2 years we've made marked improvement defensively. We've definitely, anybody who's come to see our football games, they know the Hazleton area Cougars are a lot more physical. They buy in. We talk about on the defensive side as well. A defensive player's commitment to his teammates is where he is when the whistle blows. You go back and you watch games that we played the last 2 years, and you watch us this year, when the whistle blows and the play is over, we better have 11 hats either to the football, and if not, they're taking their proper pursuit angles as well to make sure they're putting themselves in an advantageous position.
Yeah, it's interesting when you mentioned the beginning of that schedule. Dave, I read your article recently on this Cougar team as well, with that beginning of the schedule with so many road games. I remember talking with the guys before the district playoffs started last year, and they smiled, a lot of your defensive guys, and they said those words. They said, road warriors. We pride ourselves on that.
Only second time in program history last year we were undefeated in the regular season on the road. We went 5-0. It was only second time in 30 years this program has been undefeated. And you look at the places we had to play on the road last year in terms of playing at Crispin Field, which is an incredibly tough place to play. Having to come back and beat Dallas when we were down 21-6 with a little over 6 minutes left, which is a really difficult place to play. Going to Williamsport in that rain and winning a conference championship. So the list goes on and on there. So when you talk about being able to travel, we relish that a little bit, and our guys buy into that because, we talk about when we're on the road, we're all we have here, so to speak, in terms of, us and those people who come to support us, and frankly, we're all we need. As long as we stay together and we buy into each other and we trust, love, and commit, and the kids get excited. So, I mean, it's certainly going to be a really tough stretch here being on the road for the first 5, but I can't think of a better group to be able to go into each competition and do that with.
You talked a little bit about the kicking game too, and you lost a key component, a kind of like an unsung hero in Luke Russo too. How do you replace him?
Yeah, absolutely. He was unsung to everybody but me, because the value in terms of what Luke Russo has done, I think he's one of the best in program history when you talk about just the dynamics that he provided in the kicking game for us. And everybody saw the strong leg he had in terms of, the field goals and things like that, which was great. How about the field position he gave our defense, being able to, work kickoffs, punt. He bailed our offense out at times. I told him last year, I believe he was the X factor of that conference championship team, and everything that he did, and all of the variety of things that he can do as well. We were able to turn the momentum of the regular season game against Wilkes-Barre. We had a big score, immediately had a squib kick, got the football back off the squib, scored again, and put that game out of reach. So we have some guys working in the specials game. I feel we work our specials just as hard. For us, it's not the third phase or the other phase. It's truly the phase where we can change momentum in football games here. So we have John Valdez right now who's working as our place kicker along with Xander Coleman. Xander's been taking over the punting duties as well. We have a variety of guys who can do different things on kickoffs that will bring in depending on what we're looking to do in that aspect of the kicking game there. But it's certainly the point is there, Luke Russo, he's a heck of a player because it hasn't been a one-man job like it's been the last 2 years, and he's somebody, along with that entire senior group, is going to be really, really missed.
Well, Coach, I don't have anything else. I thank you so much. I don't know if Dave has anything else, but we appreciate all the time from you, your senior leadership council here as well. I had a ball at Harmon, guys. I feel the hype. I appreciate you having us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I mean, I would say we hope that people come out. They support our team. I'm telling everybody I see here, we're on the road week 1, August 26th. Typically week 1's, the weather's beautiful. What's anybody else doing on a Friday night? Let's come up, support our Hazelton area Cougars. Let's pack Pittston Stadium in Yatesville, and it's going to be a heck of a week 1 contest.
Sports on SSPTV News is brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network.